Guys, the holidays are just around the corner, and in this podcast, we're going to give you some practical ways to help you guys stay motivated on your fitness journey as we go through the holidays. Stick around to learn more about how to do that so this holiday season is a success, not a complete crash and burn.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we do get to meet and learn from our CFE coaches, occasionally talk with our CrossFitters, and chat with our local Glen Ed business owners. So excited to have you all here today. I'm your co-host, Dallas Sampson. With me, as always, G. Skell. How the heck are you, man?
We're doing all right, getting by, counting the blessings, looking at the silver linings today. Hopefully things are well in Dallas world today also.
Things are great. Silver Linings playbook is in full effect, and I'm moving the ball down the field. So that totally works for me. How about that for a school reference?
I love it.
So G, as you mentioned here in the intro, the holidays are quickly approaching, and so many people fall off the wagon, quote unquote, fall off the wagon in their nutrition, their exercise, as well as other things. And there are ways to stay motivated through the holidays. So talk to me about the holidays and how we can stay motivated through it.
Right. Super easy to get off track across the holidays. But the good news is there are some practical things you can do to mitigate the damage or even move the ball upfield, as Dallas likes to say. So the first thing is to maybe sign up for a challenge, fitness challenge, nutrition challenge, maybe sign up for an event like a race or a competition. For the right person with the right psychology, this is an amazing strategy because where focus goes, energy flows. And if you have something that's 2 weeks away, 4 weeks away that you have to get ready for, it gives a lot of motivation and drive and incentive and purpose and meaning to today's training. So something like a turkey trot, a Thanksgiving morning race or a Festivus Games CrossFit competition, or like I'm going to sign up for the a burpee challenge online or air squat push-up challenge. My mission is to get 100 push-ups a day for the next 30 days, something like that. Especially doing this with a community, with others around you, can give a lot of focus and give a lot of meaning, a lot of energy to the fitness side of your life in the coming weeks, because you're going to have 1,000 things saying like, hey, do this for Thanksgiving. Hey, do this for your travel. Do this for Christmas. And whatever stays top of mind is probably going to have a success rate with you. You want to do something, or you may need to do something to keep fitness top of mind for you. And if you're the kind of person whose psychology just does well with 4-week block of intensity for this, or a 6-week block of intensity for that, nutrition challenge, healthy eating challenge, sugar-free challenge, keto challenge, could be a great strategy to use in this season or seasons of life so that you don't end up just forgetting and putting all of your chips into the eat a lot and party a lot with friends category.
I like this one because especially for competitive-minded people, who our community typically is pretty competitive-minded. Is that an understatement? For competitive-minded people, this is a great way to say, oh, I'm going to compete through this. And I think that's really great. So nutrition or fitness challenge, sign up for an event or a race or competition. That's number one. G, give me another way to stay motivated through the holidays.
So the first one is sign up for something big that gives you a thing to prepare for. And that works for certain psychology. For others' psychology, not having a big thing, but having little winnable daily battles could be another thing. So for example, if you're starting from scratch with your fitness, maybe saying, okay, every single day after lunch, come hell or high water, I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk around my neighborhood or my building or wherever I am, just to start getting that daily shot of vitamin D for energy, or get your heart rate up a little bit if you do a brisk walk. Some small daily micro commitment. And as we've referenced in previous podcasts, just don't break the chain. Just keep it going. Every day, that 10-minute walk, or maybe every day, before every meal, you make yourself do 2 minutes of sit-ups.
Yeah.
So you'd be doing 6 minutes of sit-ups a day, every day. And you can be pretty much like anybody can spare 2 minutes of time, as long as you can do the sit-ups without it becoming a thing at your place of work or a problem at your place of work.
This is a super. John's doing his push-ups again in the break room.
He's doing his sit-ups on the break room table again.
That's funny.
Sort of small.
Be an HR issue, right?
That's not gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna get any phone calls about that. Or it might be. You know what? I know that at Thanksgiving dinner, I don't get to pick the foods, and it's going to be off-plan day. For the next 30 days leading up to Thanksgiving, I'm going to drink no soda. My daily mission is not to drink soda, for example, right? Or maybe you're a CrossFitter and you want to get better at pull-ups, and you can only knock out, 5 to 10 pull-ups right now. Maybe every day before your workout starts and after your workout is done, you spend 2 minutes just doing as many pull-ups as you can do. These little bookends, these mini missions plugged into your life, especially if you bookend them with an established habit. Let's say, for example, you're trying to get into a habit of taking your daily vitamins and you tend to forget. Maybe put those by your toothbrush in the bathroom so that before you brush your teeth every single day, you take those vitamins so you don't forget it. Or maybe like you're trying to get away from, maybe you have a personal addiction to goldfish crackers or ice cream. Like your mission is to avoid those each day. And step one is don't have them in your home. Yeah. Just for example. But for some people, these tiny mini wins from day to day, make no mistake, they can accumulate and snowball. I've had people that have lost 19 pounds in our nutrition challenges just because they gave up soda. Sometimes a small change, but a well-chosen change is enough to create tremendous forward progress. And how awesome would it be to arrive to Thanksgiving, to Christmas with forward fitness or healthy eating momentum? How cool would that be?
Absolutely. And so everybody, if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can look up the phrase habit stacking. That's how you build new habits on top of old ones. I'm already doing this. Now I'm going to add that to it. And that allows you to do those micro missions, micro commitments. I love that one. So, all right. So number one here was signing up for a challenge or doing a race or a competition. Number two, creating those small daily micro missions that are winnable. Tell me, G, what's the third way that we can stay motivated through the holidays?
The third way, and we've talked about this on the podcast before, is to create an identity for yourself as the kind of person who does the exceptional things and let it excite you. Like, make no mistake, if you're the kind of person that eats healthy through the holidays and maintains a healthy exercise, maintains a CrossFit habit through the holidays, that's pretty exceptional. And I love that in our CrossFit community, we have so many exceptional people that have that health and fitness mindset. And if that is like the identity that you have created for yourself, or the identity you've adopted for yourself, like that, it becomes positively reinforcing to do exercise, to do healthy eating. If you can frame it in your mind that I'm exceptional and I like that I am like exceeding beyond most of my peers because I'm doing this hard thing through the holidays. Sort of harkening back to point number one about the challenge, a 75 hard during the holidays would be truly exceptional. I'm going to drink no alcohol for the next 75 days. I'm going to make a point of being outside for 45 minutes at some point today. Like, that's exceptional stuff. And if doing big, exceptional, exciting things, if that drives you, if that's sort of thing that would get you to blast through a wall, then make it a part of your daily mind space training or your daily mindfulness state. Like, picture yourself being that person that does exceptional things. Let it be a part of how you train your mind, because you will default. You will steer the direction of however you identify yourself.
Yeah.
Are you an athlete for life? If you are, it is much easier to make decisions and do things that are congruent with that.
Yeah.
Versus if you look at yourself or feel like about yourself like, I'm fat, I'm slow, I'm out of shape. If that is how you identify yourself, that can be very self-destructive and make it very easy to do poor things, make poor decisions that reinforce that belief also.
Yeah. There's a big technique here that I know we don't have time to necessarily get into today, but guys, it is about targeting the future that you want to embrace rather than the future you want to avoid. And then saying to yourself, how does this person of the future I want to embrace, how do they act? How do they think? How do they behave? How do they feel? And if you can take your imagination forward to that person of act, think, and behave and feel, you will actually begin to behave like that person now. And by doing so, you will actually become that person.
Right.
It's a little woo-woo, but it's the truism is there. So this is a really big one. And maybe, we need to unpack this maybe in its own episode sometime, because I talk with clients all the time about future you identity stuff. But I love that. So, all right. So nutrition challenge, fitness challenge, race, competition. Number 1. Number 2, small winnable daily micro missions. Number 3, take the imagination forward and identify as the person who does the exceptional, who is excited about that, who gets their feelings activated and accelerated in that place of excitement. And then what's our 4th way here to stay motivated through the holidays, G?
It's surrounding yourself with other motivated, fitness-minded people. You've all heard before, you become the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with the most. If like me, you come from a family and a household where people are not necessarily fitness-minded or fitness-oriented, then I find that community at CrossFit. I have people around that they eat healthy, they exercise consistently, they're real people, they're fun to be around. They're not all like fitness narcissists or fitness or fitness elitists, but they are people that they just live a certain healthy lifestyle. And I feed off of that. And I also feed that to them. I also provide that to them. It just makes it easier. So the simple point here is find a community of people that are embracing the values and doing the things that you find inspiring, exciting, that you want to be a part of your life, and hang out with them, because it does make it easier, much easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's this term, everybody, called force of average. The closer you get to your goals of who you want to become, the more like wind resistance there is to bring you back down to average. But one of the ways to move past the force of average and to get that escape velocity in your health and in your life and in your relationships is actually the accountability with others.
For sure.
And so that's definitely stay around the like-motivated people. So, I love number 5.
Yeah.
This is a great one. I kind of want to spoil it, but I'm not going to. This is your podcast, baby. So give me number 5 before I say it.
Number 5, and I want to speak to the people that have come a long way in their health and their fitness already, and that is appreciate and review how far you've already come. Because it's for anybody who's going to be successful long term, this is not just about destinations, it's about the journey itself. And I think it's important, especially for us like super type A alpha people, always on to the next thing. It's really important for us to take a moment, review and appreciate how far we have come, because that can help us to reinforce this journey is paying off. I should stay on this journey. Versus if you let's say you're several months into your fitness journey, your energy is way better than it was. Your strength is way better than it was. You feel better. You're definitely down 20 pounds. Like you could do more pull-ups. You're a CrossFit badass now. But your weight has been the same for the last 2 weeks. If you're just thinking on that one piece, or you're like, I'm not quite to RX level CrossFitter. I haven't cut the full 30 pounds that I wanted to cut yet. Like, it can get into your mind like a splinter and bother you and threaten to knock you off course and threaten to say, make you want to throw in the towel or back burner. You know what? I'm going to think about fitness starting again in January. I'm not going to think about it right now.
Sure.
A healthy level of appreciation for how far you have come, giving yourself that recognition, giving yourself that acknowledgement, allowing yourself to feel good, like, hey, I've come pretty far. And look, the work that I've done, the seeds that I have planted I am sowing good things. It doesn't all happen overnight. I might have 15 years of stuff I have to undo. But the great news is this is paying off. This is working. The weightlifting, the cardio of CrossFit. I am definitely fitter. I just PR'd my Grace time the other day.
Nice.
The numbers are showing me I am making progress.
Yeah.
I need to appreciate that and give myself that little sense of reward so that I stay the course long term.
That's good. I think appreciation is one of those things that so often gets shoved on I'm not going to do a gratitude practice, because that's so new agey and, people fall off that. But what I love about this one, number 5G, appreciating and reviewing how far you've come actually gets tied to identifying as the person that you want to be.
Yes.
Because that future you is sending a love letter to present you and saying, hey, because you made that decision on, November 5th, I am who I am here in March.
Right.
And
whatever gets rewarded gets repeated too.
Yeah.
And if you give yourself you allow yourself to feel good. And I didn't feel like going to the gym the last few weeks, and I did it anyway. Like if you give yourself that sense of reward, it is easier to stay the course.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. That's good stuff, man. So everybody, that's 5 ways to help you stay motivated through the holidays. Again, listen to this one if you want to get those again, but share this as well, because people who are in our community and outside of our community who struggle with the same exact holiday dip, New Year's resolution, and it's always garbage, right? So what can you do to share this forward and say, hey, there's some great ways. Why don't you do a challenge with me? Joe, why don't you do a challenge with me, Sarah? And you get the community working, and all of these tie together, right? A challenge, a small winnable micro mission, that community element, they all tie together towards a fitter, happier, healthier you. So love it, G. Thank you for this conversation today, man.
You got it, my friend. Thank you for hanging out today. And big shout out and thank you to our audience also.
Yeah.
If you are looking to learn more, Google CrossFit Edwardsville. We are Google reviews. We are Facebook reviews. Find us on all of the socials, literally all of them. Do a deeper dive. You can holler at us and check out CrossFitEdwardsville.com to book a no sweat conversation if you want to learn what your CrossFit journey looks like. We would love to be of service to you. But for now, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you to our audience out there. Respond down in the comments. If you have any questions on anything, we'd love to hear from you. We interact and engage with all of our audience here. Otherwise, guys, I bid you all an amazing, beautiful, and blessed rest of your day and the happiest, healthiest, and most successful holiday season of your life this season.